Hey everybody, welcome back to my weekly video chats and tips. I am so sorry, I meant to be back a lot sooner. As you know, my family just moved across the country, and apparently that's a much harder process than I had anticipated. I kind of thought that it would be easy and I just keep rolling, and that was not the case. So I'm back, and hopefully we are going to, well, no, I'm committing that we are going to be back every single week to bring you easy tips on making style simple. So if you are watching this for the first time, I'm Jennifer Mackey Mary. I own Apple and Pear Wardrobe. And my job simply is to make style easy for you. As you can see behind me, great style doesn't have to be difficult. You can get up and love your wardrobe every single day, no matter what you do for a living, no matter what size your body is, no matter where you are in life, you deserve to love the way you look. And a big part of that is just making it easy to get dressed. So a couple weeks ago, if you're on my email list, I sent out an email asking you what you wanted to hear about, and the biggest thing was jeans. So today I'm not covering jeans. I'm going to cover jeans next week, but today I want to talk about transitioning to fall. It is September. And some places it's starting to feel like fall. Some places it definitely isn't. My brother-in-law sent me a text yesterday in the DC area of his car that said 111 degrees, and I was like, oh lordy, no. Luckily yesterday was 71 degrees here, and it was beautiful and kind of fallish. But I think we really struggle transitioning from our summer wardrobes into fall clothes. Number one, because we have a really wrong idea of what fall is, right? We think that as soon as it hits September, as soon as kids go back to school, all of a sudden it's ready. We're ready for, blanket scarves and boots and puffer vests. But there's like this whole most of a season that is not that, right? So we just kind of struggle with what to wear. Nothing looks quite right. We don't have anything for it. So today I just want to give you 3 quick tips for transitioning your wardrobe into fall without looking ridiculous and not sweating your butt off at the pumpkin patch because you did not plan ahead. Okay, so number 1 is color. Once, I don't believe in the don't wear white after Labor Day. I wear my white jeans pretty much all year round. I did put my white linen away because to me that feels very summer. But color-wise, it's time to start transitioning out of the bright corals, the bright pinks, the bright yellows. And even if you're wearing tees or even if you're wearing shorts, starting to transition into fall colors. You'll find that even if it's the same silhouette, like a pair of shorts, a pair of burgundy shorts right now looks more appropriate than a pair of hot pink shorts. Now, somebody's going to comment, by the way, I love your comments, love your likes, love your shares. Someone's going to comment, well, we don't have fall. What am I supposed to do? If you don't have fall, you don't have a fall to transition to. So if you live in a place where it is summer all the time, just keep dressing like it's summer. But for the rest of us, when we're not quite sure what to be wearing, just start to transition your colors. So my necklace today is like a burgundy instead of like a bright pink or, those fun summer colors. I'm just starting to transition color-wise. So bring in more tan, more camel, more black, more burgundy, olive, navy. Those kinds of colors are going to help you look more appropriate, even if you're still wearing warm weather silhouettes. So that's number 1 is color. Number 2 is shoes. Now, you've probably heard me say a time or two or a million that shoes define your style. Shoes define your style. And there is a whole season between flip-flops and boots. And it's called fall, right? There's also a whole season between boots and flip-flops, and it's called spring. So at this point, unless it's 111 where you are, in which case just, oh my Lord, just go with God. Wear what you gotta wear to get through the day. But for the rest of us, it's time to put away the flip-flops. Even if you still want to wear sandals, wear a sandal that covers more of your foot. Or this is the time to bust out those ballet flats or those loafers. Something that you don't need to wear socks with, something that still looks appropriate with shorts or short skirts or bare legs, but it's time to put away the most summery of shoes. So that's number 2. Number 1 is color. Number 2 is shoes. Number 3 is layering. Fall is all about layering for function, not necessarily for fashion, right? Winter is about layering for fashion. You can wear a turtleneck under a fur vest and you can keep it on all day long because it's going to be cold when you wake up. It's going to be cold when you go to bed. However, fall is totally different, right? Fall, you need it in the morning. You don't need it in the afternoon. So the trick for fall is making sure that your underpinning is perfect without something over it, right? So I get asked all the time, I don't know how to layer because then I take off my cardigan and my cami doesn't look appropriate. Okay, camis are not for clothes, right? That is not a clothing piece, that's an underpinning. So you need to wear a t-shirt under it. You have to make sure that that t-shirt looks good without a layer on, because all day you're going to be putting something on, taking something off, putting something on as the weather changes throughout the day. So 3 tips for transitioning your wardrobe to fall. Number 1, color. Start to phase out those super brights and start to phase in the more autumnal, darker colors. Number 2, shoes. Time to kick the flip-flops to the curb and time to put on, a sandal. Even sandals with a little bit more coverage are more appropriate. Oh, flats, sneakers, that kind of thing. And number 3 is layering, making sure that your layers are for function, not just for fashion. The other thing I want to say about dressing for fall is people say, when is it appropriate to break out the real fall clothes? When the weather is appropriate for it, right? If you are going to be sweating at the bus stop in your blanket scarf, nothing screams, I'm trying too hard, more than somebody who is sweating in her blanket scarf at the bus stop. So save those for October, save those for November, save those for January, if that's when it's appropriate weather-wise where you are. But there's a lot of things you can do to look like fall and feel like fall, even if the weather isn't cooperating. Another great way, you knew this was coming, another great way to transition to fall is with my fall capsule guide, which just came out last week. This is meant to take you through this super transitional season. So it has short sleeves, it has an above the knee skirt, it has pieces that can be layered on their own, or worn on their own. It's got things for when the weather cools down. It is meant to give you, fall is the most fabulous fashion season, but if you don't plan right, it can just be difficult the whole time. So this guide is really meant to take you through that entire season. Once it's not 111, because that's called summer in my world. But once it starts to cool down a little bit, but you're not ready to really layer up and you're not ready for those super fall textures or that super wintry look, this is going to get you dressed for fall. So I'm going to drop the link for the capsule guide. If you don't know what the capsule guide is, it's a downloadable ebook. This capsule shows you 34 pieces that you can use to create almost 200 outfits. And a lot of them you probably have in your closet already. You definitely have them if you've been a past capsule subscriber, because I've reused a ton of pieces. But you can start with the capsule guide for just $27. If you want to join the community, it's just $47. So it's a great way to make style simple, to stop opening your closet every single day and going, oh, what am I going to wear today? Instead, you will have 200 options right at your fingertips. You can print it out, you can stick it in your closet. You will never be without outfit inspiration. So it is my mission to make style easy for you, and I cannot make it any easier than telling you exactly what to wear. So that's the easiest way to transition to fall. Again, I'll put the capsule link right up in the video description, and thank you so much for tuning in. I will see you next week. We are talking about jeans. I'm going to give you 3 tips for buying better jeans. And here's my little cliffhanger for you. Everybody has been asking the wrong question. So if you've texted me or emailed me or messaged me and said, where do I buy good jeans? That is absolutely the wrong question. And next week, I'm going to tell you what the right question is and how to answer it. See you next week. Bye.